Howdy folks, John here. In today's video we'll be diagnosing and replacing a Mercedes sunload sensor. These little things are a fairly common failure component, and the same one is used in a large number of models spanning years 2010 to present day. The good news is they don't cost much and are easy to replace for the average DIYer. Now the sun sensor is used by the climate control computer to measure the amount of sunlight coming into the vehicle on both the left and right side. The computer then uses those two measurements to adjust the cooling algorithm as required, to best achieve the desired interior temperature for both the driver and the passenger. Now, you may not even know your sun load sensor isn't working correctly, but my wife and I have definitely noticed that on really hot and sunny days, man, we've had a lot of them this year, the climate system hasn't been responding and cooling as quickly as it used to. As with any computer-controlled system, the first order of business is to check for diagnostic trouble codes before guessing or tossing parts at the problem. So let's locate the onboard diagnostic port. Like most, the OBD port is in the driver's footwell here. Here's the hood release. It's just got this little door on it, and you plug your scan tool plug in. With our scan tool plugged in, we turn the ignition on to the run position. You don't start the vehicle, just turn it to the run position. And the scan tool I'm using is a Foxwell NT530. Really like this little scan tool because it is basically OE level communication, meaning it talks both ways. It will read code and you can do activations, and it will access all the various control modules on the vehicle. And what's neat about these is you just purchase the software for the vehicles you have, so you don't have to have a different scan tool for every vehicle. We're of course going to be selecting Mercedes. And SmartVIN will automatically communicate with the vehicle, and it will pick up the VIN number and everything, so you don't have to enter it manually. Now, if you wanted to read all the codes, you would do a quick scan and it will read all the different control modules in the vehicle. There's so many in these, it takes quite a while, but we're just going to go into control modules, and we want to go to the air conditioner. Now we're going to read the codes. And there we are. The left sun sensor has a malfunction. There's a short circuit to positive or an open circuit. And the right sun sensor has a malfunction, same thing. And that's it. Those are the only two codes. Okay, let's go back and let's read the actual data. Sun sensor. And it's showing defective value. So we've either got a problem with the wiring harness, the ECU, or the sensor. Sensor, of course, is the most likely to fail. Obviously, check the sensor connector in the off chance that it's really simple and it has just come unclipped. The sun sensor is located dead center on the dash at the base of the windshield. There it is right there, that little button. Okay, so you're just going to need a little flat-bladed screwdriver. I just put a little rag or something down so I don't mark up the dash. And you just get your screwdriver under that little guy and lift them out. There's the wiring harness here. There's just a little connector. You have to squeeze it in to release the plug. And then, just so I don't have to go fishing for that if it falls through the hole, I'm just going to hold it with something to prevent it from following through the hole. You could use a clothespin or something. Like I said, this is a very common sensor, and it's a common thing to fail. They don't cost much, 20 bucks, so it's not an expensive fix. There's the part number, 204-905-7501. And that is it. Just got 3 pins, common. There's the left side sensor and a right side sensor, as we saw when we were reading the codes. So usually just one side will fail first. This may have been acting up though for quite some time. I'm hoping it's this, and of course not an ECU or a wiring problem. So here's our new sensor now, and we just plug it in. And you have to make sure it's oriented in the right direction. This one's got a little notch where the orientation rib is. Come on, you little rascal, get in there. There we go. And it just snaps into place. Ignition key back to the run position. Sun sensor. So no more malfunction. It's giving a value of 0%. And we're still in the shop, so it's not got any bright sun on it. So I think that worked, but let's take it outside into the sun and see if those go up. Now outside, we're showing the left sun sensor showing 31% and the right one showing 45%. And if I just lift up, if I just reach onto the dash here with my hand, I will cover the left side of the sensor, and that value should drop. There we go, we're down to 7, and I'm going to cover the right side of the sensor down to 1, 0. So that looks like it's fixed. Let's just go back, and we're going to reset the codes. Erase. I'm going to cycle the ignition, go for a road testing, and make sure the codes haven't come back. Going for a quick little road test. Let's make sure the codes haven't come back. Air conditioning. Read codes. System pass, no faults found. Live data. And there's our sensors. Good stuff. So that's all there is to replacing a sun load sensor on many different models of Mercedes. This is a GLK 350, but the same process would be used for many. Very inexpensive part and a very common part to fail on these. Again, links are below in the description if you want to get your own sensor. Not expensive at all and easy to replace. Thanks for watching, folks. Happy repairs. We'll see you next time.